What do you see when you look at the world? And what do you think the world sees when it looks back at you? Do you think it sees someone who's busy preserving its natural beauty, looking after its resources, planning for its future, respecting its past? I don't think that even a blind man with a cork eye on a fast horse in the middle of the night could be disingenuous enough to say that we're doing nothing but destroy the world, abuse the world, rip out the world's resources, stir round and tell each other and tell ourselves that the world is beautiful whilst raping it of all its minerals. All the cultures across the world, all the different traditions, dress, history, we should all be like revelling in that, glorifying that, saying how wonderful it is. But we don't, do we? We all just kick each other's arses, tell each other what a set of buggers we are, kill each other as quickly as possible without any resource at all, while going along mining the world, scarring the world, leaving potholes all over the world. We are like, the world is like an adolescent teenager who's got acne, isn't it? It started off plain with beautiful skin as a child, and then as puberty kicked in, all these spots and holes and crevices and cracks and crannies and pustulating sores appeared all over its surface. Does that mean the world is an adolescent? Perhaps it does. Are we going to allow it to grow into an adult? Perhaps we're not. Or at least we think we're not. But don't be under the illusion that the world gives a toss about us. It's just giving us a little time and a little space to make absolute fools of ourselves. Are we all guilty of ecocide, as we are so often led to believe? Or are we guilty of nothing more than taking advantages of advances in technology with all the collateral damage that's going to come with it? Is this a price we should pay? Is Earth, is the world being a little bit selfish, a little bit up its own backside by thinking that we shouldn't come along and scar its surface when all we're doing is taking advantages of our own intelligence? I'm not here to pass judgment, I'm just here to promote a bit of thought, because I'm as guilty of complacency as the rest of us. I go around spouting nonsense about nature and looking after the planet, but what do I do about it? I spout about it. Kind words buttered no parsnips. We're all guilty. I wander round speaking in bucolic terms about my topophilia, my absolute love of this postage stamp size piece of the planet that I wander about on a regular basis. Am I the hypocrite? It's easy. Words are easy, and I use words a lot. Should I be questioning that? Should I be saying, well, hang on, Nigel, you use all these words, but you're not doing much to back it up, are you? And I think if all of us are guilty of that, if guilty be what it is, I don't know whether it is. I think in our lives, we can appreciate the world around us. We can appreciate nature. We can appreciate the wildlife, the flora and the fauna. And we can see its demise, and we can see the harm that we're doing to it. But I think at the back of our minds, we go about our business because we've got such busy lives. And we really haven't got the time or the energy, most of us. And those who have, well done you, but most of us haven't. But we hope, don't we? At the back of our minds, what we do, we see the beauty of the world around us, and we just kind of hope that it stays that way. Kind of at the back of our minds, knowing that we go along this trajectory that we've been going along for a few decades, then the chances are that we won't see this beautiful countryside preserved as it is for generations to come. It will change, it will erode, it will diminish. But coming generations will look round, and because they haven't seen the world as we see it, they will see it as a beautiful place. Just like people hundreds of years ago looked around and saw it as a beautiful place where it bore absolutely no resemblance to the world we are looking at today. So the future, people in the future will see the world as a beautiful place. But what will the world see? Will the world be aware of all these ants going around on its surface, scratching away at its skin like parasites with no regard, like mange on a dog? Because people are selfish and people aren't aware of that. And they will open cast, they will dig, they will build, and we have to because of the rising population. It's all understood. It's like this vicious circle we're in of necessity and need, balanced against damage, minimising damage as much as we can. And I think most of us are kind of sympathetic that way. We do try to minimise the damage, we do, but damage we do. It's inevitable. And Earth is there, Mother Nature, just sitting there benignly. Does it feel that scratching? Does it feel that itch? Does it feel those sores? Postulating little sores that we've created. We don't give any regard to that. Our Earth must be turning in its bed at night, unable to sleep, because the irritation and the itch and the tiny biting of ants all over its body relentlessly. Just like ants bite away at our bodies given the opportunity without any malice or forethought. They're just doing it because it's what they do. And it seems that we as humans really aren't damaging the planet with any malice or forethought, are we? We're just doing what we do. We see it as technology. We look to the wise and the wonderful in our societies. Those who tell us how intelligent they are. Those who tell us that we should listen to them, that they know better. We don't know because we are mere minions. We should just go about our business of making money, of keeping society going. They will make the decisions, but who are there to make the decisions? We vote them into power, and then they turn corrupt, and they turn greedy, because the temptation is always there. Get into power, telling people you'll do this, you'll do that, you'll look after them, and immediately start taking gifts costing thousands and thousands of pounds and dollars and euros and whatever your currency. Can we trust our betters? For betters, they think they are. I've lost my dog. She's behind me. I can see her. I can see her. I can see her tail. I can't see her because she's against the black background, but the sun's coming through the branches and the tail's up and wagging, and it's like all I can see is this little bright, brilliantly lit little grey tip to her tail. Hello, Molly. She's not a clue I'm here. Can't see me, can't hear me. She's in a world of her own and she's having the best of times. And she's innocent. She's never done anything wrong in her life. She's not scratched at the world's surface. She's not inflicted any wounds. She's not bitten away at the earth's skin like an ant, like a parasite. She's not burrowed in like some kind of weird beetle creature. We do that, and then we lay our eggs like insects, and we multiply, and we lay our eggs and we multiply, and all the time we're burrowing holes, fresh holes, every generation. And the world's brilliant because you look round and you think, I know it's happening. We know it's happening. We see these things all over the news, the media all the time about things that are happening in the world that are destroying the planet. But we look round and all we see is beauty. It's remote. The world is such a big place and we are such small creatures that distance is kind of beyond our comprehension. When we hear of things happening in the world that are happening so far away that it's almost beyond comprehension, it almost feels like it's happening light years away, and so it's not our responsibility, is it? It's never our responsibility until it becomes our responsibility, and then we throw up our hands and say, what happened? When did this happen? What have I done? Whose fault is this? Who can I blame? Who can I shout at to proclaim my own innocence? We're funny buggers as humans, aren't we? Activism is fine, but how much does activism do? What does it do apart from proclaim your own piety and your own good and your own self-worth to everyone else? Is it human nature just to want to do that? To say, look at me, look how good I am? But what does it do? Activism will never turn the world into a global breadbasket, will it? I think it needs more than that. It needs a factory reset. That's what it needs. And it will get one. We will get one eventually. We will get a factory reset. And the world will go back to being what it was at the beginning. And we'll start again. Downloading programs. And bugs and viruses. Just like it did when it started off with us. It's going to continue to happen and we're going to continue to watch it. Like standing on a beach watching the tide go in and out. Until one day the tide doesn't come back in again. Can we reverse the present trend? I don't know. I'm just a little old man from Lancashire who's venting his spleen at the world. Little old man from Lancashire who remembers being back in the 70s. And out on the streets, shouting about the latest fad. Did it make a difference then? No. Will it make a difference now? No. Everybody's out protesting. Look at me. Look how good I am. I'm out on the street protesting, but that's all we can do, isn't it? That's all a lot of people can do. They feel impotent against the might of governments and the might of the military. And if they rise up and shout, they get thrown in prison. But they're brave enough to rise up and shout anyway. So we've got to commend all the activists out there. Whether we agree with them or not, at least they're doing something. We can't sit in our armchairs criticising them and at the same time complaining about the advance of the things they are criticising. That is called hypocrisy. And I don't want to be a hypocrite. Did I make a difference when I was out on the streets in the 70s shouting about the latest fad? I don't know, but at least I embarrassed my parents and it gave me something to do on a Saturday afternoon when I wasn't sitting in the pub talking about Lord of the Rings and watching rugby on the telly and getting drunk. What do you think the planet thinks of us? Are we its children? Are we its progeny? Or are we just ticks that have jumped across from next door's cat? Does it concern itself with our warring? I don't believe it does. I think the world is just a large, benevolent entity that gave up its real estate and gave up its time and gave up its resources to give us a chance to make something good of ourselves, to make something good of our civilization, to make something good of this civilization's short time on the planet. And you know, I think we failed it, and I think we failed ourselves. Christmas is coming and the content from now on until Christmas will be lively and entertaining, but sometimes you just get up in the morning with something to say and you've got to say it. And once you've said it, you feel a bit better about yourself, don't you? I feel better about myself because I've said something. I've said something into a camera, but now I feel like I'm doing something. And I think that weighs it all up, doesn't it? We talk and we think we're doing something, and we go away with a smug feeling of benevolence and goodwill. And why not? Please subscribe and press the like button, because it really annoys the YouTube algorithm fairies. And there's nothing better than annoying the YouTube algorithm fairies, because it's not always doom and gloom on here. It's usually me and my little old dog wandering through the countryside, telling everybody how bloody great life is, how bloody great this planet is, how bloody great this countryside is. And it is. But occasionally, you just got to talk shit, haven't you? And we shall see you on the flip. Peace and love.